Hey, welcome back to Papa's Custom Cars. We have a cold snap moving through Utah, so we've got the heater running again. Had it all packed up and put away, and then all of a sudden we wake up this morning and it's in the low to mid 30s, and there's snow on the mountain again. So we got the heater back on, so I apologize for the noise right off the bat. Let me turn it down just a little bit. So we've got a new product to review, so let's get into that review. So today we're reviewing the ULiXWH Jump Starter with an air compressor. It seems all of them have air compressors built into them. This one's a little heftier than the last one that I had. The last one I had was real lightweight and everything. This one, its claim to fame is more output. She'll start a diesel, it says. Wish I had a semi truck I could test it with for you, but I don't. Anybody in the Utah area got one? We'll go ahead and put this thing to the test. But for now, let's just take a look and see what we got. This one is, like I said, a little bit more pricey than most. So you would expect a little bit more, and you do get it because this is what's inside the box. We've got a really nice zippered case for it to go in, which makes it really nice. So it'll be portable, easy to put in your car, easy to get a hold of. And it charges, of course, via USB cable. Let me pull open this little. Inside, it looks like we have the USB charge cable. It is the modern style, so it's not old school. You've got your little user's manual, and then you've got some bits. Looks like a couple of cones, and then the ball inflator inside the kit also. So that's pretty much everything you need to get everything together there. The unit itself looks like it's in two pieces. Here's your wand for your air compressor. We've got a removable positive and negative cable, so that's kind of nice to have. So this all on the side. And we've got what looks like the main unit. And you've got your power, plus, minus, and then you've got what is probably the battery pack. So the way it fits together is pretty simple. You just clip the two together like so. And by the way, this is the first time I'm doing it, so you guys will be able to know for sure. And the minute I hook it in, it's giving me a little light telling me that it's on. Have not read the instructions. Oh, over here on the side we have a setup for the what looks like the air pressure. So let's go positive. Yeah, set your air pressure here, and it's in millibars, so we don't want that. We want PSI. So you can preset your. Let me bring it over here a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. You can preset your air temperature right on, or air pressure, I'm sorry, right on this little thing by pressing the upper downs. And it looks like it goes by fives. So it'll get, what's nice about this one evidently is you can set it to the pressure you want it, tell it go, and it goes to that pressure and it stops. So let's see what else we've got. On this end we have our charge. Push this little button here and it lights up 1 to 4 lights. Right now it's showing 2 lights, and that's right out of the box with 2 lights. You've got your USB out that you can run an item from, and then your charge port in. So that definitely makes it nice. Down here at the bottom you have your inlet for your air compressor. So let's hook the air hose to it. Let's put it on a car I know it's got a low tire and see what it does. And let's see what ends we have here. Got a cone. Yeah, a couple of cones and then the filler. So I'm thinking that this can, oh yes, this can be hooked directly onto the onto the vehicle. So let's go ahead and set our PSI at 32 because I know this particular car is at 32. And let's go over and let's see how this sucker works. Let me see which one's lower, that one or that one. All right, hang tight. And okay, I know that this particular car takes 32 PSI. So we're going to go ahead and hook her up. She's a little bit low. And let's see what it does when we hook it up. These are good old bias ply tires. Flat on one side, round on all the others. Until you drive them and warm them up, and then they're completely round. So as we screw it in, we're seeing that. Let me zoom you in so you guys can see this. Okay, so right now it's showing 16.5 pounds of pressure. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but yeah, it's showing 16.5 pounds of pressure. We've set it to 32, so let's fire it off and see what she does. Oh, probably help if I set it to 32. And hit that power button. You can watch it as it's doing it. The pressure is going up. At 29.5 now, so I mean, as soon as it hits 30, let's see if she shuts off. And we're there. And it automatically shut off. So there you go. So it's got automatic shut off. So all you got to do is just kind of stand it next to the tire and let it go. So let's go ahead and pull this off the tire. Comes off relatively easy, just like any other one would. And we're at 30 pounds. Of course, the hose is warm because actually the hose is really hot, probably because of the compressor, I'm sure. So yeah, running all four of them, I would wait between them. But for a quick tire, I mean, it took it from 19 to 32 in just as much time, so that's pretty good. Like I say, the hose is hot, which is to be expected. Anytime you're pressurizing air, you're going to get that. Now over here on the other end, we have a power light. How it turns on, you just hold it to turn it off, hold it, and it'll turn on for you. Now mind you, I haven't read any of the instructions on this thing at all, but definitely kind of a neat little system. This is the air compressor side. So I'm imagining this is your charge side because you got a button here, you got your charge plug in here. So I'm curious if the two have to be together. So let's grab the charge side and let's see how that works. One tire full. So back over here to the kit. Like I say, it's a really nice kit, so we can undo our hose. And that sucker is a little warm too, but that's to be expected when you're running the air compressor. And it looks like it's got a little rubber plug that hides this side, so you got to get your fingernail in there, of course. And me not having fingernails, I'm going to use a little tiny screwdriver. Or this, I'll use that. So here you've got your charge port, and I'm imagining that the cables only fit one way. So here's our cables. Charge port here. We've got our USB if you want to run a USB device, and our charge port. One of them is square, one of them is completely round. That way you don't put it in here wrong. So it looks like just like that. This unit plugs in. You get a little blinking light, red, green, and red. Kind of an interesting concept. Let's see what happens if we push them in. Will they go in backwards? Yeah, see, they won't even fit backwards. So I'm imagining that the green and the red indicate a charge or not a charge. So let's move over to the battery of the same car and let's take a look-see at it. Okay, so we've got our green and our red, and I've intentionally left this battery tender off this car while we were on vacation so that we could see how it all stacks up. Okay, so we've got the unit over here at our charge station. We do have a USB that will fit it. So it uses, like I said, it uses the standard modern type USB hookup. So we'll plug it into our, and we'll plug it into here. That one right there. So I wanted to run a few more tests on the charge unit, or the jump unit. So I fully charged the battery up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and crank over the old 383 and see what kind of power it's got. That'll tell us for sure if this definitely has some power to turn over, because this is a high compression turbo motor. Yeah, you're not usually go low compression, but in this particular case, had the parts, put it together, and I'm just going to run low boost on these turbos. But that's beside the point. Let's get back to getting this hooked up, and let's see if we can spin over the engine. Ignition system's not hooked up. I just want to spin it over and see what it does. So let's check it out. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm hooking the jump pack right directly to the starter, along with my remote starter button, because definitely want that. So we'll go ahead and plug this bad boy in. Plugs right into the end. It does have a full charge. Checked it yesterday. Put it on the charge overnight to make sure that it had enough juice, and figured I'd give it a test like this and see how it worked out. So let's go ahead and plug that in, and it plugs in. This old guy's got to push it. So we are in. We do have the lights. So let's crank over the engine and see if this works. Hopefully I've got a good enough connection. So yeah, it's definitely given enough power to turn over this motor. I probably should do something about the oil though. But yeah, definitely. So let me fix that oil and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we've got it hooked up to the motor. Let's go ahead and give her a try. Definitely has a lot of juice, so yep, now I'm getting a beep, so let's see what that is. Oh, one came off, bad connection, so let me fix that. And we don't have a very good ground, so let's get this ground hooked back up somewhere good. So we've got our red and blue lights again, so let's go ahead and spin her over. Ta-da! So it does turn over the motor. Spins it pretty quick too, so definitely a neat little thing. Generally not going to spin it over that long on it. I just wanted to get the oil pressure up to see how that was doing. So that kind of gives us a breakdown of everything. So as I was saying, it gave us two good starts. Battery is at 3 bars right now, so I've got a few more starts in there. If 2 starts was only 1 bar, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 starts easily with this size motor. And this is a, what, 10.5, 11 to 1 compression ratio motor. So this is a very, very hard to start. I guess it takes a little bit more, power than the normal starter. It does have the high amp starter on it, so that definitely helps. But she definitely spins this thing around fast enough to get the to get it to spin good enough. And we've got oil coming out, so that's a good thing. So definitely, it's worth your money. If 2 spins only used one part of the battery, that means this baby will definitely take it higher. It does not like the repeated start, probably because it needs to build up a little bit. And like I said, as I was running it that far and that long, the cables were getting a little bit warm, but not hot. But that's to be expected. You're putting a lot of amperage out through those cables. So definitely the ULiXWH is meeting the standards. It says that it does. Like I say, it's a 74 watt battery capacity, 2 amp. So you've got your battery jump, you've got your USB power, and then of course you've got that air compressor, which is kind of neat. So definitely one you might want to get. So that's pretty much all I've got for you today. I'm going to have a couple other videos coming out, but that's all we're going to have on this one. If you have any questions, definitely send them to me. Comments, concerns, if you've ever used one of these before, definitely let us know. And we'll see you on the next one. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. By the way, this is the first time this motor spun over since I built it. So it's really nice to know there aren't parts clashing with each other in there. So I believe she's going to run well.